So we are going to talk about conspiracies. You have an inside track on a lot of different conspiracies. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a topic of a conspiracy. I'm going to play a short video on each one, and then I want to get your opinions. Are they BSing, or is there something to this? And so the first topic we're going to be talking about is the conspiracy theory that Trump faked his own assassination attempt, or the FBI was the one that tried to kill Trump.
He's got these magical doctors who claim that he was shot in the ear, but his ear, I guess, grew back. He had a Duplo bandage on 1 minute, no bandage the next. We can't get a medical record from this alleged assassination. He was supposedly shot. We have nothing. We got nothing.
Where are the investigative records? One day he slapped his maxi pad on his ear. The next day the ear is totally fine.
He staged it. Of course he did. He paid the guy off so he could make himself look good. Oh, I survived an attempt.
Now this assassin guy did shoot and kill some of the people behind Trump. Was that all part of the plan?
Is there any proof? I never heard about it.
These are two of the survivors that actually got hit, if you care to hear them.
I was more mad about it than anything.
What were you mad about?
The security, the fact they tried to shoot the president, shot into a defenseless crowd.
Pennsylvania residents David Dutch and Jim Copenhaver didn't know each other until they became linked by tragedy.
And I heard it distinctly. And then I turned around to my friend and I said, I think I was shot.
Pennsylvania's governor says firefighter Corey Compatore was shot and killed while trying to protect his family at the rally.
So that's that news story.
No, it doesn't change my mind.
You still think this was a fake attempt?
Yeah, and they were casualties. That's all that was. He doesn't care about anybody. He could care less. But the fact that, I'm sorry, when I heard about this and saw it on the news, there was no mention, nothing, of 3 people getting hit and 1 dying. None. But no, it doesn't change my mind.
All right. Okay, you want to move to the next conspiracy topic?
Yeah, sure.
All right, the next one is chemtrails or contrails. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
It's, here, well, I'll play a video.
The chemtrail conspiracy theory has captivated the minds of many for decades. Those who believe argue that the white trails left by planes are not just condensation, but chemicals intentionally released into the atmosphere. Proponents claim these substances could manipulate weather patterns or even affect human health. In contrast, scientists assert that these trails, known as contrails, are harmless byproducts of jet engine exhaust. Yet, a growing number of people remain unconvinced, prompting spirited debates. So what's the truth behind these mysterious streaks in the sky? Are we witnessing a government cover-up, or is it simply a case of misunderstanding? The answer may lie in the skepticism we bring to our understanding of the world around us.
Okay, so I actually have heard of that. Okay, so cloud seeding is a thing. It's where they actually can manipulate the weather. It's not necessarily manipulation on the level they're thinking of, but it helps the clouds like form rain, or it was originally designed for places like the Sahara, where it hasn't seen rain or anything like that, hasn't seen rain in years, months, decades. It was originally designed for that, so things could somewhat naturally progress. I don't know if it's harmful to anybody. Hell, we played outside as many times as kids, and we've seen those before, and we're still alive. I don't think it's harming anything. It's not a conspiracy because it truly is a thing for that to happen. Do I think actual planes are doing it? Maybe, maybe not.
All right, the next topic is the Kennedy assassination.
The assassination of President John F. Kennedy on November 22, 1963, has sparked numerous conspiracy theories. Many believe Lee Harvey Oswald was not acting alone, suggesting involvement from the CIA, the Mafia, or even Lyndon B. Johnson. Some theories propose that Oswald was a pawn used to orchestrate a coup against Kennedy's policies. The infamous magic bullet theory, which questions the trajectory of the bullets fired, adds to the skepticism about the single-shooter narrative. Additionally, Documents and tapes released over the years have fueled speculation about a cover-up. Following were the events. The first shot missed, striking the street or a nearby overpass. The second shot struck JFK in the upper back, exiting through his throat, and also hit Governor Connolly, seriously wounding him. The third shot hit JFK in the head, a fatal wound that caused the president to slump. The idea that conspired to eliminate JFK continues to captivate and perplex the public even today.
Sorry, multiple things were wrong with that. He was shot once, and only once, right in the head. Right here. And yes, it was our government that did that. They didn't want... How do I say this without sounding like an ass? They didn't want a religious man, as he was...
Catholic.
To... Yes. They didn't want that to be brought into politics and stuff like that, because it would change how everything runs. The CIA, as far as I know, was never involved. There was also nobody else shot that day either. Just Kennedy.
So you're saying the governor was not hit with a bullet? Governor Connolly?
No. No. I feel like that would have been in a record somewhere.
Well, yeah, it's in the record. He survived.
Nope, also not possible.
That's why they call it the magic bullet theory, because they'd say the bullet would have to change directions in his body to hit all those places.
Not even that. He wasn't shot from behind.
So that's another one.
The shooter was on a tower.
Right. The official story was that he was shot from behind on that tower. Other people say that he was shot from the front by some second person hiding in a grassy knoll somewhere.
No. There was nobody on the grassy knolls shooting him. He got shot from the tower straight in the head. If you watch the video of him getting shot, he gets shot once right here.
Okay, we'll check out the Zapruder film.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
So the tower is supposed to be behind them.
No, the tower's in front of him. See? One shot!
He's already slumping down, though.
No. That was something else. One shot. And as you can see, the other guy didn't get hit.
He's slumped down, too.
No, he didn't!
According to the Warren Commission report, Lee Harvey Oswald, positioned on the 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository, had a clear view of President Kennedy's motorcade as it traveled down Houston Street. Surprisingly, he didn't fire immediately. Instead, he waited until the presidential limousine turned onto Elm Street, where his line of sight was partially blocked by trees. The report states that Oswald fired 3 shots from a 6.5mm Mannlicher Carcano rifle. The first shot reportedly ricocheted off a tree branch, landed near a railway bridge, and even struck a bystander. The second and third shots struck the president, with the third proving fatal. Footage analysis suggests Oswald fired all 3 shots in just 8.4 seconds. Here's where it gets controversial. The infamous single bullet theory claims the second shot passed through Kennedy's neck, exited his throat, hit Governor Connolly in the back, traveled through his ribs, took a 45-degree turn, pierced his wrist, and finally lodged in his thigh. Critics mockingly call this the magic bullet theory, arguing the bullet's path, zigzagging through 2 men and 7 layers of clothing, defies basic physics. The third shot struck Kennedy in the head, blowing out the right front of the skull. This horrific moment was captured by Abraham Zapruder, a Dallas dressmaker filming the motorcade at the time. But here's the twist. Multiple witnesses reported seeing a puff of smoke near a grassy knoll by a white picket fence, just feet from where Zapruder stood. This detail fueled conspiracy theories about a second gunman and even a possible 4th shot, contradicting the official narrative.
And it sounds like you're more of the single bullet theory.
Yeah. I mean, again, let's say he did shoot 3 times. Obviously, the second one would not have gone through here and out where they said it went out. Obviously, deflection and all that, first of all. The second of all, if it went through here, right behind, he would have leaned over this way just to like, because of that's where it went through. Now, seeing that he leaned this way, I'm pretty sure that was only because he was doing something else at the time and then got shot. I don't know about these other two shots, because shooting a gun with that speed without reloading, fast and jamming the gun, it's a little hard to do. Because if you're reloading that fast, there is more of a chance of you jamming your gun after the first shot. Now, where's this bystander? Why wasn't he talked to? Why wasn't he taken to the hospital? Why wasn't any of that, other than this guy's breakdown, why wasn't that put into the record? Because I never learned that in school. It's because it didn't happen.
Are you still thinking that it happened from in front?
Maybe not. I could be wrong about that. We don't really see the trajectory of the bullet. It doesn't show whether it came from the back or the front. Now, as gross as that was, it seems a little weird that just this whole half of his head went boom. I mean, yeah, I can see bullets doing that, but usually bullets usually obviously lodge themselves in unless there's enough speed behind them to go all the way through. That one could have hit the other guy in the back of the head, but clearly they don't think that. Now, that also was never taught in school either, that somebody else got hit. Yeah, it was never stated that the governor of, Texas? Got shot. If he got shot back here, and that doing all the damage, that could have hit him, yes. But again, within 3 shots, if there even was, I feel like one of those would have jammed. Now, why he was leaning over, I don't know.
Hey, and we have a special guest. It is Ryan, all the way from Direct
Hi,
Line
Ryan.
on Conshohocken Direct Line.
What's going on?
We are discussing conspiracy theories.
Nice.
All right, let's just move in. Now we have another observer to give their 2 cents on things, too. We just went over the JFK assassination. Next is going to be one that you probably have a little bit more knowledge on than the average person, Dan. It is the Lincoln assassination. So I got a couple different videos on this for you because I know that you have a little bit more knowledge on this. Okay.
It's like a kind of a viral thing that gets talked about every once in a while, like the eerie similarities between JFK and Lincoln. They were both elected 100 years apart, 1860, 1960. Both were like heavily involved with civil rights, both 7 letters in their last name. Lee Harvey Oswald, John Wilkes Booth, both 18 letters in their name. They were both killed when they're sitting next to their wife. Both of their successors had the last name Johnson. Both of the murderers died before the trial, so there was never any trial. Lincoln's secretary was named Kennedy. Kennedy's secretary was named Lincoln, and both of them had like premonitions where they like begged the president not to do what they were about to do. So don't go to Texas, don't go to Fort Theater. I got a bad feeling about this.
So that's the first one. The second one, it's right here.
Did you know that there's a conspiracy theory surrounding Abraham Lincoln's assassination? Some people believe that John Wilkes Booth was not acting alone, and that there was a larger plot to take down the president. It's been suggested that there were multiple co-conspirators involved in the plan, and that the government may have been aware of the plot beforehand. This theory has sparked intense debate and speculation among historians and conspiracy theorists alike. What do you think? Could there be more to the story of Lincoln's assassination than meets the eye?
No.
So this one's not a conspiracy.
No, the fact that they think there was more to that is a conspiracy in with itself. The reason I say no is the South is the ones that hired John Wilkes Booth. wanted to keep their slaves, and Lincoln said no.
Now, what about all those coincidences with JFK? Is there anything to that, or that's just coincidence?
That's just coincidence. The fact that they even brought that up is just more proof in itself that people want to make something out of nothing.
All right, now.
And by the way,
yeah,
John Wilkes Booth did not die. I mean, obviously, yes, he died, but not in the way they think. Well, after he shot the president, he jumped down from the balcony on the left side at the Ford Theater, proceeded to break his ankle, and then run into a nearby barn, which is where the cops caught him. And then he died in jail. He wasn't assassinated, he wasn't killed, he just died of old age.
Of old age?
And probably some infection.
Because I thought he still died before his trial.
Well, yeah, but he probably died of whatever infection that he had in his leg.
Gotcha. The next conspiracy I don't have a video for. I just want to get your take on the flat Earth theory.
It's not flat, it's round. We've proven it. I don't know why people want to think that the Earth is flat. If the Earth was flat, first of all, if the Earth was flat, how did Columbus go around? Like, everybody would have fallen off the edge. So far, let's think about this logically. Earth flat, they get to the edge of it. Where are they going? Their boat ain't turning around. So clearly, Earth is round. There's multiple pictures of it. And the fact that any person with a brain cell can figure out that the Earth is made of how much water and land mass? That would suggest that, maybe the Earth is, I don't know, shaped like a marble?
All right, next conspiracy is RFID chips in humans.
God, here we go with that shit again.
On August 24th, 1998, science fiction and conspiracy theory met science fact when the first successful human implant of a radio tracker was tested in the UK. Called Radio Frequency Identification, or RFID, the device consists of a miniaturized radio transponder that, when interrogated by a RFID reader, sends identifying information to that reader, usually a coded number that is interpreted as whatever identity of person is assigned to the implant. Far from the conspiracy theory systems that allow satellites to observe and report on the location and movement of people with implants, for the device to work, the reader must be quite close to the person with implant in order to identify the device within several meters. Another form of implant that is passive and does not require a battery of its own can be read by an RFID reader from up to hundreds of meters away.
So some people are saying that the government is implanting those inside people with various different ways.
I doubt it. The government, surely if the government really wanted to spy on you, there's something called a phone, and they can track you that way.
So you're saying it's pretty much pointless to try to do this because they can already track you with your phone?
Yes.
Now, what about the people that don't use their phone, they're hermits, and they live in a bunker somewhere?
Then those people were probably originally already in a system and are being tracked via satellite by whatever radio source they have. Because just because you're a hermit and you live in a bunker does not mean, and you can't tell me otherwise, does not mean you don't have access to a radio or a TV. Via the TV might be really fucking old, but it could still be tracked.
So you're saying the government has technology to track people if they turn on the radio or TV?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, how do you think cops track people? You call from a phone, pay phone, cell phone, burner phone, whatever it is. Burner phone's a little hard to track. But you call from one of those, they can track your last location and go from there. You call from another one, they'll track that last location and go from there.
Well, what's the TV and radio tracking thing you were talking about?
Radio signals. TV, radio signals, all that, radio waves, stuff like that.
How do they know that it's you?
They don't. It's just a lucky guess half the time.
I thought the radio and TV signals were just out in the air, and your radio and TV devices just picked them up as they were passing through.
Possible. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure with all the newer TVs and all that stuff, you could probably track that. Maybe not an old tube TV, no, but most people don't have those anymore, so.
All right, the next conspiracy is about a proposed weapon that some people think exists and actually gets used.
Imagine a weapon capable of harnessing the raw, destructive power of a tsunami. Sounds like science fiction, right? But in the throes of World War II, such a weapon was not only imagined, but tested. Codenamed Project SEAL, the tsunami bomb was born. A brainchild of the United States and New Zealand, Project SEAL was a top-secret operation aimed to create a weapon of mass destruction. The concept was simple yet terrifying. Detonate a series of underwater explosives to trigger a tsunami, a tidal wave of catastrophic proportions. The intention? To flood and devastate coastal cities, leaving the enemy crippled. Despite thousands of tests, the tsunami bomb remained a chilling concept, never fully realized. The project was shelved in 1945, but its legacy? A chilling reminder of the lengths nations will go to in the name of warfare.
So do you think this tsunami bomb exists and have countries secretly used it and just blamed it on Mother Nature?
I mean, the amount of force that it would take to move that much water, even with something called a tsunami bomb, it's probably more likely the mines that are still in the water that they're setting off all at once. I highly doubt that we have anything other than an atomic bomb, to which we all know what happens when that goes off, would be very hard to move that much water. Even the mines, I feel like, would be very hard. Even going off consecutively, all at once, probably would not create enough force or energy to pull back the waters and then proceed to create a tsunami. It's science fiction. It's highly impossible.
The next theory is one you already touched on.
Stop, I need to tell you guys a secret that no company will ever admit to. And trust me, it's really creepy. So we all have a phone, and most of us have some type of computer. Now what if I told you they were always listening to you? Allow me to prove it. Alright, so my phone is completely off. Now watch this. Hey Siri. It literally turned on from being off. Meaning that it's listening to you actively when you're just having conversations and this is in your pocket. So I know we've all talked about something, not even on our computer, and then randomly it'll start showing us ads for it. So my computer's on. So I would love to buy or rent a new house, you know what I mean? Like, that'd be great. So now we're gonna Google a website where I know there's ads on it. We're gonna open it, and literally the first ad is best rates on a house. Like, this is creepy.
Okay, well, that guy's a little dramatic.
He's being overly dramatic.
I mean, yeah, he literally had to type that into Google to find it. It didn't just pop up. Yes, your phones listen to you. Yes, your computers probably listen to you. But that's been a thing for a long time. Ever since these kind of phones have come out and newer computers, that's been a thing. It's nothing new. The fact that the one day, and I can prove this, me and my friends were talking about, I think it was some kind of food. We were talking about it, and about a day or two later, my one friend goes, dude, this thing popped up on my phone for whatever we were talking about. It's like, yeah, it popped up on mine too. It's because the phones listen to people. It's been a thing for, what, 7 years now.
Let's bring Ryan in. Ryan, have you had anything like that happen to you?
Like phones, listening to you and advertising to you based on that?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I've had that a few times. But I think they still deny it.
The companies still deny it. So how could it be true then, Dan?
I mean, you're going to deny anything like that. Let's say you created a self-listening device and you don't want people to know that it's actually listening to them. You going to tell them? I wouldn't.
They've been sued for it, I think. Some of these companies like Apple and Amazon maybe for their Alexa devices apparently listening when they're not supposed to. But I think they're still denying it.
Oh, yeah. I full on agree that they're going to deny it, but yeah, it happens.
Let's switch gears a little bit. So we've talked about some of the conspiracies. Now we're going to go up a route that you are mostly a proponent of, depending on the item. It is cryptozoological creatures. I would love to start with a squonk, but I'm actually going to do you a favor and skip that one, since I have a feeling you're going to deny the existence of cute, cuddly squonk.
I mean, I'm not going to deny it, but sure.
Oh, you're not denying squonk. Squonk could be out there.
Something could be, yeah.
Okay. Well, how about this guy?
Have you heard of the Mothman? One of the most famous cryptids. It's said to exist in the northeastern part of the US, specifically in West Virginia. It's said to be a humanoid creature with wings and glowing red eyes, and is known for being sighted before unfortunate events. In 1966, Point Pleasant, West Virginia, was reportedly terrorized by the Mothman, which was said to have been seen by numerous witnesses and to have caused a series of strange occurrences. So what is it, an owl or something much more sinister?
Mothman. Is it a real creature, or are people misseeing things, or is it a bold-faced lie?
I mean, anything's possible, but if it truly was terrorizing them, why didn't they try to capture it?
So you're a little bit more skeptical on this one. You need some more proof before you're going to believe in Mothman.
I believe it's possible that something like that could exist. Prolonged mutation, radiation, you know. If it was terrorizing them, that's what I'm getting at. Like, if it was terrorizing them, why didn't they capture it? Usually if something's terrorizing you, you kind of go the proactive report and capture the thing.
Okay.
That's just my theory.
Next cryptid.
The Thunderbird, a creature that's been sighted by indigenous tribes all over the Americas. The indigenous tribes use the legend of the Thunderbird to explain weather phenomena such as lightning and rain. Modern sightings describe it as a large, flying reptile-like creature, while others describe it as a black bird. It's said to carry large prey, farm animals, and even children. The Thunderbird is speculated of being a misidentification of large-escaped birds, or perhaps a pterosaur, which have been extinct for 66 million years.
Thunderbird. What's your theory on the Thunderbird?
I mean, possible that a giant bird like that could exist. I mean, if people truly remember anything about dinosaurs, or if any of that's really true, there was a giant birds back then too. So a bird that's large enough to take prey, a deer, goat, human, whatever it is physically possible.
Well, now I'm going to ask your same question back to you. If it really has been terrorizing people, why hasn't it ever been captured?
It's a massive bird. That's what they do. It's not necessarily terrorizing anybody. People have seen it, but did it do anything to them? No, it let them go. So...
All right. Next cryptid. Now, this one, I'll just ask straight up, have you heard of Champ?
Yeah, it's a version of Nessie.
So you have heard of Champ from Lake Champlain?
Yeah, we were there.
We were at Lake Champlain?
I believe we were somewhere near it. Camping one time.
I don't remember. Now,
I could be wrong about that.
Before I play it, is this a real creature? This is a real one?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, let's play it.
The Lake Champlain monster, or Champ, sighted in Lake Champlain, Vermont. It's been described as having a horse-like head, long neck, and serpentine. It's said to have smooth gray skin and be about 25 to 30 feet in length. Stories of this creature go back to when the founder of Quebec, Samuel de Champlain, allegedly sighted the creature in 1609, becoming the first European to sight the creature. Some people believe it to be a misidentified tree trunk, fish, or eel, but others claim it as a surviving relative of the plesiosaur.
Surviving plesiosaur?
Uh-huh. Possible. I mean, look at the surgeon and the crab, the horseshoe crab, and the another living fossil. I can't remember the name of it though. Coelacanth. That's the name of the thing.
Coelacanth.
Yeah, coelacanth is a living fossil. It's a fish that survived in a cave underground.
And that's what you're saying Champ and Nessie did.
Yes, because, I mean, think about it. There's millions and miles of underwater caves. Enough water in them for something like that to survive a mass extinction. That's why, again, the horseshoe crab, the coelacanth, the sturgeon, and probably a few other fish-like creatures like that.
Very nice.
The jackalope is a creature that's sighted in Arizona. Known as a fearsome critter, their stories originated as tall tales told around campfires. It's said to be a cross of a jackrabbit and an antelope. At least some of these tales of horned hares were inspired by sightings of rabbits infected with a virus that causes horn and antler-like tumors to come out of their heads.
Jackalope, real or fake?
Fake.
Fake?
Yeah, I don't think there's a rabbit that has horns. If it is a condition and it is a disease that these rabbits and jackrabbits and whatever can get, why hasn't it been documented? Because any rabbit I've ever seen, jackalope or not, or jackrabbits, they all look fairly normal to me. And I've seen a lot of rabbits. And again, in any case of any disease or anything like that, nothing like that has ever popped up. So, yeah, it ain't real.
So you're basically saying if you would have seen it if this was real, based on the number of rabbits you've seen in your day.
No, I'm saying if it was real, I feel like multiple people would have seen it. I feel like probably over the hundreds would have seen it. I feel like it would have been a documented thing, like somebody had a pet rabbit. And it had this... A jackrabbit? Why do you think they call it a jackalope? Because of the name Jackrabbit. I feel like somebody would have brought this to somebody's attention, been like, oh, hey, my rabbit sprouted horns. Like, come on.
Okay, now this next one is a UFO sighting that was seen in Arizona in the late 90s. So we got a couple of these here. Hey, and we got another guest joining us, straight from King of Prussia. It's Jack.
Up.
We are investigating conspiracy theories.
Interesting. Is this recorded?
Yes.
Oh boy.
All right, so we only got 2 more conspiracy theories left. Here's the next one. It is the Phoenix Lights. And we got 2 videos for this one.
I mean, you've probably heard the Phoenix Lights story, but it still gets me. All right, so March 13th, 1997, half of Arizona is outside trying to spot the Hale-Bopp comet. Beautiful, clear night, everybody's looking up, and then this thing appears. It's there. And I'm not talking about some distant blinking light. This was a mile-wide V formation of lights just gliding across the sky, dead silent, not rushing anywhere. It was just cruising along like it owned the place, right? And the weird part is this thing traveled 300 miles from Nevada, across Arizona, down into Mexico, and thousands of people saw it. We're talking airline pilots, ex-military guys who know their aircraft, regular families having barbecues, and here's where it gets good. So everyone's dialing 911, the news stations are going crazy, and even Kurt Russell, Snake Plissken himself, he's flying his private plane, and he radios this thing into air traffic control. Tower, I've got a massive V-shaped something up here. So witnesses are saying this thing was so huge that it blocked out stars as it passed over. Some swear they could see solid craft between the lights like a massive black triangle. So others said the lights would just hover and then they would blink out and just be gone. Now, the military's response, oh, those were just flares from a training exercise. But here's the thing. Those flares they're talking about, well, they dropped those things hours after the first sighting, and last time I checked, flares don't maintain perfect formation while flying 300 miles without making a fucking sound.
So have you ever heard of the Phoenix Lights before, Dan?
I've seen it, yeah.
Oh, so you have heard of that mass UFO sighting?
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts? Was it just flares?
No.
What was it then?
But alien spacecraft. Whether it was in a V shape, triangle shape, whatever it was, it does seem a little weird that there was a bunch of bright lights all in a configuration without it falling or falling out of movement with each other. Yeah.
All right.
Alien spacecraft. That's all it was.
All right, we got another quick video on this one.
These lights looked brighter and closer over the city itself.
Actual
Officially,
footage.
the U.S. government says that night people saw military flares dropped from 15,000 feet by Maryland National Guard, who took off from Davis-Monthan before conducting a training exercise over Phoenix. Mike doesn't buy it.
If these were flares, Ryan, how do you drop flares over this distance and they stay in a perfect line?
In fact, these are pictures Mike took of lights over the same area weeks after the infamous night.
Because flares, when they drop, they come down on supposedly on parachutes, and they fall at different rates.
2 years later, Mike says someone from the government paid him a visit and saw this footage,
He says, "Well, looks like you really got something here."
only to come back months later with the same explanation.
With a book about this thick, with computations, and he says, "What you saw that night were planes 80 miles away."
So what do you think? The flare theory now sound a little better to you?
No.
How come?
They don't fall in a synchronous orbit. They fall one at a time, multiple going different directions. That's not possible. And the parachute thing's a little odd because I feel like that would burn it, but whatever.
Yeah, they all had parachutes, so they were all floating down at a consistent rate.
No. Because usually when you see a flare, which way is the flame pointing?
Up?
And usually with a flare, if the flame is pointing up and there is enough, let's say, updraft with a parachute, don't you think one of the sparks from that would have caught that on fire?
Well, how do you explain hot air balloons?
They're designed for that.
So couldn't they design a flare for that?
No.
How
Because
come?
flares also burn out fairly quickly.
What if they had a long-lasting flare, like a roadside flare?
Why are you dropping a roadside flare from a helicopter?
It's a special airside flare that lasts longer and is brighter, specially designed not to burn the parachute like a hot air balloon. Gotcha.
No.
We'll disprove that part then.
The fact that you even want to believe that it was a flare proves that you're a sheep to the government.
I think they were flares.
Yeah. Go bow along with all the other little sheeps.
All right, let's pull Jack in. Jack, is it a flare or an alien spacecraft?
I don't know. Definitely not an alien spacecraft. That's all I got for you.
Okay. All right, one more video. This will be the last one. This is another UFO sighting. This is the 2004 Tic-Tac spacecraft sighting.
I think I remember this one. Oh yeah, I remember this one.
Yeah, me too.
As we looked around, we noticed that we saw some whitewater off our right side. It's important to note that the weather on this day was as close to perfect as you could ask for off the coast of San Diego. Clear skies, light winds, calm seas, no whitecaps from waves. So the whitewater stood out in a large blue ocean. All four of us, because we were in F-18Fs, so we had pilots and Wizzo in the back seat, looked down a small, saw a white tic-tac object with a longitudinal axis pointing north-south and moving very abruptly over the water like a ping-pong ball. There were no rotors, no rotor wash, or any sign of visible control surfaces like wings. As we started clockwise towards the object, my Wizzo and I decided to go down and take a closer look with the other aircraft staying in high cover to observe both us and the Tic-Tac. We proceeded around the circle about 90 degrees from the start of our descent. The object suddenly shifted its longitudinal axis, aligned it with my aircraft, and began to climb. Our altitude at this point was about 15,000 feet, and the Tic-Tac was about 12,000. As we pulled nose onto the object, within about a half mile of it, it rapidly accelerated in front of us and disappeared. Our wingmen, roughly 8,000 feet above us, lost contact also. We immediately turned back to see where the whitewater was at, and it was gone also.
All right. Was that a legitimate UFO sighting?
Honestly, don't know what that was, and what does whitewater have to do with that?
I don't know.
Could have been a spacecraft. I don't know. I don't really know of anything we humanly can make that can go that fast, other than jets.
What about if I were to throw something really fast? I bet you that could match the speed.
Grant, what's your top throwing speed?
Probably as fast as that Tic-Tac. That's probably what it saw.
No, it's not.
I was in my backyard one day, and I just launched this ball. I could never find it. It's probably where it went.
Ball.
Football, yeah.
Oh.
It was a vortex.
So that looks like a Tic-Tac?
It was
That looks like a Tic-Tac?
Yes, it does.
No. Oh, it does. So you did find it.
No, I never found it again.
Oh, but how can you say it does if you...
Because I was holding it before.
Never found it.
I mean, I knew what it looked like when I was throwing it.
Was it white?
No.
No! Look at that.
It was green.
No.
Neon green.
Okay. No. And, it wouldn't have been able to go that high up in the atmosphere either, so, yeah.
You never saw me throw it. That was in my prime throwing days.
Grant?
Yes.
You didn't throw a vortex football that high into the sky. They didn't see your stupid football. You're not that impressive. You never will be, so give it up.
All right, then what else could it be?
Like I said, alien spacecraft. That's about it.
All right. Before we wrap up, I guess we'll just get final opinions from Jack and Ryan on this one, and then we'll stop the recording.
I was not watching any of these videos, I'll admit. This is just background noise while I'm on my computer.
Nice.
So that's my take.
All right. Jack's take.
No, I don't believe any of these are alien spacecraft.
Oh.
To each his own. I'm not going to argue with him.
Now, what if Dubs got on here and said that it's bullshit? Would you argue with him?
Yeah, that's just because it's fun to argue with Dubs.
True.
Give me full screen peen.